We know our industry is hazardous and we face major threats every day. These threats are HP gas, large volumes of HC, loss of stability, fires, ship collision, structural failure, etc. These hazards present a constant threat to our assets, including our most valuable asset, our people. Firstly, we need to understand what these threats are, so that we can design a barrier to prevent them from causing harm. We can think of this as our first layer of defense, the prevention barrier. Prevention is always better than cure. Unfortunately, barriers will never be 100% perfect 100% of the time. That's because they are complex systems, typically made up of thousands of components which interact with people, often involving complicated procedures and processes. The day-to-day integrity of these barriers is also a continuously moving target. We find a defect, fix it, and then another defect appears somewhere else. It's a constant battle. There are many factors that can affect the integrity of these barriers. People, gap between confidence and competence. Plant degrades, especially over time. Procedures may not be appropriate or adhered to. We will never be perfect. However, because we know this, we can design our plant with additional layers of protection. Our second barrier is called the control barrier. Whilst not preventing the hazard, it is there to detect failures and limit the scale of the incident. Our third barrier is called the mitigation barrier. Its function is to minimize the consequences of the failure and prevent escalation. Our fourth and final barrier is called the escape barrier. If all else fails, this barrier is designed to allow safe evacuation and rescue. If we fail to maintain our barriers, sooner or later, breaches in the prevention barrier will escalate and the result could be a major accident. Integrity assurance is all about operating our plant correctly, performing maintenance activities. This requires having competent people who follow appropriate procedures, knowing their strength through systematic inspection and testing, correcting weaknesses in a timely manner. This is integrity assurance.